me, it might be one of the worst action figure lines that's ever been made. So the RT toys made action figures based on one of the worst action figure line ever made. I thought I found it. The worst action figure line there ever was. But today, while working on another video, I discovered an action figure line that is, I believe, as of right now, the worst action figure line ever made. So we're going to have to talk about that. What is the worst action figure line ever made? I thought I found it. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about figures of George Washington. Who else was in that line? I can't remember. Paul Revere. You know, the 1776 line of action figures. They were boring. They didn't look like any fun. And although they're probably one of the worst action figure lines ever made, today, while working on another video that will also be up shortly today, I think I found the worst action figure line that's ever been made. One, because it's hard to call it action figures. And no, this isn't dolls. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I know they did dolls of this also, but can you believe they made action figures of it? Please don't go, girl. I mean, we're just hanging stuff, step by step. Let's take a look. I even hate to say it. Let's take a look at the New Kids on the Block action figures. It seems in 1990, Hasbro released action figures based on the teen pop sensation New Kids on the Block. As you can see here, these aren't celebrity dolls. These are posable action figures. Like I said, I know they did dolls. They did dolls of everything. And that's going to be my next video later today, part 2 of celebrity dolls. But while I was looking up New Kids on the Block dolls, I ran into these action figures. And I couldn't believe they had action figures. Who were the New Kids on the Block? Well, most of you probably know. It was the biggest band since Menudo. At least for 14, 15-year-old girls. I knew a girl that was really into them, and man, it was annoying. The band consisted of Donnie Wahlberg, brother of Mark Wahlberg. At the time, Donnie was a lot more famous, and Mark was going by Marky Mark. Also in the band was, I don't know anyone else's name. Never seen them since New Kids on the Block. I know just from looking at these action figures and the dolls, there's one named Danny, and I think there was one named Joey that had curly hair, because that's a girl I knew liked Joey. I didn't even like his name or his pubic hair. Pubic hair on your head. I hated the New Kids on the Block, like most of you guys probably did. One, to us, their music sucked. I mean, this was the early 90s or late 80s we're talking about here. We were getting into early grunge music, or maybe the end of real heavy metal music. We were into Guns N' Roses, while our female friends were into New Kids. Hated that band, but honestly, a lot of us guys was probably a little jealous because girls loved them. I mean, nothing got a girl more worked up than seeing the latest video of a New Kids on the Block on MTV. But on this channel, we try to look at action figures, and I've always tried to search for what we all can agree is the worst action figure line ever made. And I thought it was those Revolution Heroes line because they had no play value. Now this one does have play value, but it's probably the worst action figure line I've ever seen. At least those Revolutionary Heroes would look cool sitting up in a history room, in a classroom or something. The only place that these New Kids on the Block action figures will look cool is probably anyone trying to flush them down the toilet. Let's take a look at each one. And here's Jonathan. He's got his arms in the air like he just don't care. Although they look like they might be hard PVC figures, nope, they're posable figures. These are action figures. Oh, it's hard to even talk about this. This one here apparently looks like this one here was sold at Toys R Us for $1.98. $1.98. Whew, that was cheap even by 1990 standards. And here's Jordan. It looks like he borrowed his jacket from Vanilla Ice. He's holding his mic and... Wait a minute. Does he have a chain wallet? Ugh. And let's look at the one that had pubic hair on his head. Joe. I think I said earlier his name was Joey. I guess he went by Joe. He always looked like the 11-year-old of the band. And here he is with his 90 leopard vest. Very cool, right? Probably my favorite of this action figure line, just because it's so stupid looking, is probably Danny. Now I'm not sure which one is Danny. I guess it's the one in the band called Danny. But I'm not really sure which one this is supposed to even be on the picture of the box. I'm thinking the guy in the blue jacket, but I'm not really sure. I know it's not the Wahlberg kid. I just love his ugly, stupid shirt. Looks like a shirt Cosmo Kramer would have. And let's go to the last one in the line. I guess if they had to be a cool one out of New Kids on the Block, it might, kinda, maybe, be Donnie. I mean, he is probably the most talented out of the group. At least he's the one that's going on to do more than just... I mean, he's going on to do acting and some other things. Maybe the other ones are talented also, but I sure don't know what happened to him after 1992. But here's Donnie Wahlberg before he started making hamburgers with his brother. And as you can see, he's got those 90 ripped jeans on. There's only two people that could pull off ripped jeans. And that's the lead singer of Def Leppard. I think his name's Bill Leppard. And Dwight Yoakam. If you're not one of those two, don't wear ripped jeans. Try to wear ripped jeans. Got kicked out of the local skating rink. Too many holes. Too many holes. Ugh. Anyway. Kind of short video. I'm working on a longer video today where we're going to look at celebrity dolls, but I just saw these figures when I was looking them up and I was like, what? They made action figures? Now, like I said, I knew they made the dolls, but they made action figures. Action figures! Action figures! Ah, they made action figures of New Kids on the Block. Fully posable action figures. Oh, have I done it? Have I actually found the worst action figure line ever made? Have I? Let me know that in the comments and more. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can tell me, change my mind, why maybe this is one of the best action figure lines of the 90s. Anyway, until I get the next video up, you guys hang tough. Please don't go, girl. Please don't go. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this action figure line, and I'll be back very shortly with another video. Talking about this one, subscribe so I know you like my content, and check out junkmanmerch.com. Now that's where you can go to buy merchandise t-shirts like this one. junkmanmerch.com. Okay, that's it. See you in a few minutes.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.